Hey everyone, Exstreme here with your daily interesting news. As you know, after the volatility of Bitcoin, it's slowed down and it seems like there's a reason. Bitcoin consolidates around the short-term support, faces resistance near the 42k mark. It's been bouncing up and down and just can't seem to break that mark currently. Bitcoin has traded sideways over the past week, resistance around 40k and 42k amid lower volatility. Bitcoin has traded sideways over the past week as the correction phase stabilized. The cryptocurrency held short-term support at 36,000 and was trading around 39,000 at the time of writing. Resistance is seen at the upper bound of the week-long range around 42,000. Bitcoin is holding above the 100-period moving average on the hourly chart, which suggests the short-term trend is improving. Immediate resistance seen at 40k, where buyers failed to sustain upside over the past few days. 42k is the next level of resistance, which is around the 200-day moving average. And yes, if you're looking at the chart, it's been a struggle. We're moving between the 30k and 42k mark, just can't seem to get a break. Bitcoin is down about 3% over the past 7 days as the price recovered from 30k stalls. Volatility has drifted lower since March 23, which is typical during price consolidation. Considering the sharp correction this month, lower volatility could encourage buyers to return at support levels. And that's what we're all looking for, is buyers to return. And that brings me to the next topic of today. But first, hit that like button and let's push Bitcoin over the 42 mark. Did you hit the like button yet? I want to see Bitcoin move. So on to the next topic, and this is an interesting one. Number of Bitcoin wallets holding 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin soars after Tesla's 1.5 billion buy-in. New data shows a dramatic rise in the number of Bitcoin wallets holding anywhere between 100 and 1,000 Bitcoin, but there may be a catch. Are those wallets empty? Or what could the catch be? The amount of Bitcoin held by whales increased by around 14% after Tesla announced its foray into the cryptocurrency sector in early February 2021. And yes, what a pump it was that day. The price shot through the roof. The latest data from on-chain analyst platform Glassnode shows an inflow of roughly 19.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, according to the current exchange rates, into wallets that hold at least 100 Bitcoin and a maximum of 1,000 Bitcoins. Deposits spiked right after Tesla revealed in its January securities filing that it had added 1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin to its balance sheets. The news hit the wire on February 8, when the cost to purchase one Bitcoin was as low as $38,057 on Coinbase. The rates had shot up to 65,000 by mid-April, driven higher by bulls expecting Tesla's involvement in the cryptocurrency sector to influence more corporates into adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. And it might have, because a lot of companies are suddenly looking into Bitcoin and adding it to their portfolios. A tweet from Samson Mao. Honestly, I'm not surprised that Tesla bought Bitcoin, and I won't be surprised when Apple and Microsoft do it. Having Bitcoin is just common sense at this point, and I totally agree. Buy Bitcoin and hold off for the long term, because with a certain amount of Bitcoin in the market, where could the price end up? The adoption prospects for Bitcoin among corporates and other institutions boomed, because of the cryptocurrency anti-inflation narrative. Many speculators projected Bitcoin as an insurance against the Federal Reserve expansionary monetary policies that sapped investors' appetite for traditional safe havens like the United States government bonds and the US dollar. The adoption prospects for Bitcoin among corporates and other institutions boomed because the cryptocurrency anti-inflation narrative. Many speculators projected Bitcoin as insurance against the Federal Reserve expansionary monetary policies. This sapped investors' appetite for traditional safe havens like the United States government bonds and the US dollar. As you can see on the chart, it shows the US index show erratic inverse correlation with Bitcoin after March 2020. Source is TradingView. Tesla is in its first quarter filing the US Securities and Exchange Commission also noted that it wanted to buy Bitcoin by utilizing its unused cash reserve with 1.5 billion, hinting that the electric car maker was looking to offset potential dollar deflation risks. As you can see on the chart, Bitcoin was bought by Tesla down at the bottom where they announced it, and it rocketed straight up to new all-time highs. The Glassnode BTC Supply metrics show sign of stabilization following latest crash. Source: Glassnode. The entire Tesla episode served as a bull cue for investors looking to maximize their returns from the Bitcoin bull run. The Glassnode metrics show that the Bitcoin supply held by 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin wallets was stable, therefore Tesla's announcement, but spiked dramatically after it. But is there a catch? Did you see this coming? Let's find out. However, another Glassnode metric, which measures the Bitcoin supply held by wallets with 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin balance, illustrated a steady decline from around 455,000 Bitcoin to roughly 410,000 Bitcoin. The outcome revealed that bigger whales sold their Bitcoin holdings following Tesla's announcement. As a result, they became part of the 100 to 1,000 Bitcoin supply group. Well, if I had that amount of Bitcoin, why wouldn't I take profit as well? Which in my opinion makes sense to sell at least around 10%, which that is if you calculate that number. Meanwhile, the sell-off from the 1,000 to 10,000 Bitcoin supply group did little in offsetting the Bitcoin bull run. The cryptocurrency approached its all-time high of 65,000, indicating smaller whales and retail traders absorbing the selling pressure from bigger investors. Bitcoin is trading around 39,300 at the time of writing, down roughly 38% from its record peak in mid-April. So a little bit of news that pushed the price to new all-time highs. Do you own any one of the $100 to $1,000 wallets? Are you gonna hold one of those wallets one of these days? If you are, hit that like button and have a great one. Take care.